Okay, guys, I'm live. I would love to know if you guys can hear me, please. I'm seeing our comments. I'm having issues with the actual video connection which I have been using. Trying to struggle with it, so I'm using like a second option, so the video might not be coming out fine. But if you can hear me, just drop a comment. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, fantastic. So having quite of an issue with the video connection. My actual um, setup is having an issue and it's not reflecting as it should. So I've been struggling with it. But as long as you can hear me, that'll be fine. And I'll be sharing my screen to show the charts as well. So that will be okay. So give me a moment. Let me copy out the links to the session so I could share it out to the platforms. Okay. So I'm trying to check through the socials because I know we're streaming to Facebook, Twitter, and we're also streaming to YouTube at the same time. Of course, YouTube is our main platform where we connect to others. Okay. I'm sending out the links now. Okay. Okay, let's get started. Um, someone says I don't seem happy. I think I was just being being overwhelmed with the fact that the the video is not working as I wanted it to, because my I don't just know why the software is acting out. The software I use to actually connect and stream, so you don't have like a break in the video. Right now I think the video is hanging from my end, so I think it might reflect on some people's end, whereby I'm talking, the sound is fine, but the video the pictures are being stocked. I don't actually like it. It's I don't like that fact. So basically, why try to connect it? It's been fine, but 5 minutes towards the session, that should be, let's say, 7:55, the video just stopped working. So I had to start trying to struggle to use another means to make sure the video come up for us. That's the reason why it seems as if I'm not happy. So it's basically the video was acting out. So I just had to see if I can use like a plan B to make sure at least part of the face is showing, and even if it doesn't stream perfectly from my end, is not showing. But I don't know. Someone said it looks fine from my end though. Okay, although from my end it's kind of cracking as well. But if it looks fine on your end, then that's fine. That's good. Okay, it's kind of breaking in my end very well. Someone says I did class with high spirit. I did wait for others. Good evening. Yeah, I noticed a lot of persons were waiting before we started, before we came live. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Welcome. So before we before we sometime last year in November, I held a session like this. And the session I did is basically on I talked about the how to make, is it billions or millions from the, how to make billions and millions from the bullish run of Q4 2022. And that session we held is basically based on the proposition of me forecasting that the market is about to turn bullish and there will be an unprecedented rally. Unprecedented rally. Someone says looks good from here, but it's static on Twitter. So I think maybe, so probably I think YouTube is going fine, and I think Facebook too is going fine. Yeah, because I'm seeing comments. So it's just basically I think basically the issue should be maybe with the Twitter API connecting with this. But let's get to what we're saying. Um Now, basically, and someone says, "Good evening, boss man. Choose you're a pastor." Yes, I'm a pastor of money. This is the church of money, church of wealth, church of progress. So, if you want money, this is the church. This is our service time. We're having service of money. Our offering is money. Our preaching is money. Yeah, and we just keep on making money. If you like to be a member of this church of money, then just stay with us. Stay with us. Okay, let's get straight to what we're saying. So I did have the proposition of forecasting how the market is going to be. And if you check through the videos on the YouTube channel, you will definitely see, you will definitely see the previous video. You will see it's on the YouTube channel, because everything, like when we stream live, it's left there. The recording is left there automatically. So the section is left there where I talked about how the rally is going to be unexpected, and everybody's forecasting that there's going to be a deep. The market is going to go this, it's going to go to 12K, it's going to go to 11K, it's going to go to 10K, but this is going to cause like a parabolic move, and boom, the market is going to go up. And how we should start getting ready for it. And then further went to state how I deploy 60% of my capital on um what's it called, on our Telegram channel. But I posted something some days ago which made a lot of buzz online. A lot of persons have been asking questions based on that particular post of mine, because it's drawing a lot of attention and awareness. So based on that, I decided that we're going to hold this session, and then I'm also going to prepare us for what I call the end of the bulls. And not just the end of the bulls, but how we could make billions, millions, six figures, whatever category you find yourself, from the bearish fall or the bearish drop that is going to happen when this happens. So I'm going to tell us when this is going to happen, and how you want to be prepared for it um before it happens as well. So I think I'm going to go to Telegram, and then I'm going to share the screen of the Telegram, and then we are going to talk about that. Talk about that. So let me do that. Share screen. Fantastic. If you can see the screen of our Telegram channel, type the word screen. If you can see the screen, type the word screen. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, please kindly share the video. Either click on the share button, or if it's a retweet button, or if it's a button of copying out the link and posting somewhere, just do anything, any of the things you can do as well. But okay, let me know. Type the word screen if you can see my screen perfectly well. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, good. Now let's get on it. Now, if you see here, I think I wrote here, this was March 18th, so that should be 5 days ago. So, remember this when I said I bought because of the accumulation to kick in between November, December, preparing for an unexpected pump. Now, I also said that there will be major further drops in 2023. This is me coming back to tell you all right now. I just sold up 50% of all my crypto coins into USDT, apart from the ones I am calling and holding this period. If BTC moves more into $28,000 to $35,000 range, I will dump the rest of my bags. I became bullish when almost no one was bullish. Now, cashing out, I am becoming bearish. This dip will be catastrophic when it comes. We have less than 50 days. I should have said 50 to 60 days, but let's just say less than 50 days for it to come. Because why I said I should have said 50 to 60 days, because the same thing I said here, which is the range. Let us go to what I said in November last year. I said this is a very important range. This box is showing the 60-day low cycle low window, which I predicted from 1 month ago. We have just 5 more days to start an accumulation that will lead to an unexpected pump in the market this November, December. I'm now investing up to 50%. You will understand why. If you join today's live session and blah, 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 which I explained in the live session, I think that's live session I talked about. Just talked about that live session, and which is already on the YouTube channel. I think I left it there. I said it here, and then you could see a couple of decisions I said. I said it here to you all about Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, this is the second thing I wrote here. I think this was in January. I think this should be in January 13th. I said here, when majority predicted Bitcoin is going to go to 9K, I predicted it will never go below 14K. Not in those circumstances as at then, except an unexpected news like the fall of Binance happens. I told us the 60-day cycle low, which is November, will prepare us for a bull run and a pivot in January, which when it begins, 90% of people will not be aware. And even till now, it has not gone lower than 14K. I gave us 5 coins to buy either on spot or long them with low leverage on futures: BTC, Ethereum, ETC, BNB, and NEAR. I still see $20,000 for BTC. I see $1,800 for Ethereum. Go and watch the live videos on the YouTube channel for others. I have given so much value, offers, hints for free, so anyone can prepare themselves to be rich this year, 2023, and next year 2024. And I added that imagine when you are in the private mentorship groups of someone like me, Shifu, who has predicted every major move in Bitcoin in the past 2 years, both bearish and bullish waves, with an 80% accuracy rate, helping all those who listen to what I say make banks, as well as constantly sharing opportunities and tips to back gains during the bearish year. If you're wise, you should make sure you join the VIP as sharp as possible. So right there, signing out. This is Shifuwealth. I'm a god in this market, and Bitcoin remains my playground. Hellfire is coming for BTC. Okay. That is me reading through basically the post that was um, made on BTC and on cryptos specifically. Now, reverting to that, what I said, I would want to expatiate on what I mean so we have like an understanding, and then we are going to go to the charts. And we're going to talk about how the chart is going to move and how you want to be prepared and probably make money from the movement of what is going to happen in the chart. Now, whenever there was something I think I did this should be in either last month or I think it should be February. One of the sessions we had February, I showed us the fear and greed index. I don't know how many of us remember when I showed us the fear and greed index. And when I showed us the fear and greed index, I stated that once the greed index gets to 80%, you should know that it is the time to leave the markets. Once the greed index gets to 80%, you should know it is the time to leave the market. As of the time I did that session, that live session, which is last month, I think it was at around 20 or 30 or 40% or so, around that range, between 20, 30, 40%. And as of now, it should be around 50, 60% currently. It's not even up to 80% yet. So this means that there is still the greater likelihood of the greed index getting to as high as 70% to 80% within the next 30 days or so. And whenever that happens, you should know that that is the time that, in fact, that should be the trigger to know that I should, even without me posting anything, you should know that Shifu has sold off his remaining bag at that moment. So let me just type the greed and fear index here on Google and see what comes up, so I could from there. Okay, fantastic. So when I shared this, it was around 30%. That was the video last session we had in book in February. Yeah. Now, but right now the values is between 60, 68. So let's say it's almost 70. And it's showing here 60. It was 68. It's 68 today. It was 66 yesterday. It was 56 last week, and it was 60. It got to as high as 60 last month. So probably between now and the next month, March, April, it might get to as high as 80. 80. And once you start getting to as high as 80 to 85, 90, within this range, from anything from 80 above, is the time. You said it's just, I think, when you hear the popular phrase, be greedy when everybody is fearful, and be fearful when everybody is greedy. Be greedy when everybody is fearful, and be fearful when everybody is greedy. As funny as that statement is, it is very, very hard to execute, or very, very hard to practice by majority of us. We are not to be blamed because we are emotional human beings, we crying out loud. Because sometimes I'm doing a study on psychology. I'm doing a study on why people think the way they think, why they act the way they act, why they do certain things the way they do certain things. And it's amazing why people act in certain ways or behave in certain ways if you come to study on that line, so study on that category. So the more I study about it, the more fascinated I become about the way human beings respond to outward events, what happens in the world, what happens physically, what happens to them, what happens in their businesses, and also down to even what happens in the crypto economy and the world of trading as well. Now, that is why I think from tomorrow, every single day, I'll be doing one video clip, which is going to be the 7 days of trading wisdom with Shifuwealth. 7 days of trading wisdom with Shifuwealth. So I'll be putting out one video every day from tomorrow for the next 7 days, where I am encapsulating a put of I'm gonna put this now series of wisdom um acquired over the years, over the past 7 years to almost 10 years now of trading experience. There's certain things that are most important that if you understand will literally give you an edge and a jump start in trading. I did that trading wisdom sometime, I think it's in 2020 or 2019. I think I posted when I did that between 2019 2020. I can't recall, but I know I actually wrote it on the post when I did the last session, and I think it should be in 2019. I did 20 days of trading wisdom, and it was basically written. So I wrote like day one, day two, day three, day four, and I wrote everything, my points out. But this year's own, I will not be writing out points. I will be doing a video of probably 1 minute video or 2 minute video, 3 minute video. I would just give you the points. Now that point is something you're literally going to use to you're going to use that point to literally go back to study, go back to read, go back to understand. Like, if you get the point I'm going to be dropping in the next 7 days, your trading life, your trading journey, be it in cryptocurrencies, be it in forex, be it in stocks, is going to have a jump start. Like, you're going to have a jump start because it's basically bringing realities to you. Whatever you've not been able to receive well, to understand well, you will begin to receive them, and you begin to understand them in such a better way than you have never done possible. So watch out and keep eyes out on the platforms. Just make sure you're following me on, probably, I think, Instagram or TikTok or Facebook. I think there's a way that it's going to be posted. So I think if it's posted on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, maybe the links should be shared to the groups. But if you're not, just make sure you're following me on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, any of these platforms, because I think if it's posted on Instagram, you should automatically go to Facebook or whatnot, whatever. Just make sure you follow me, and the videos will be out by from tomorrow to start coming out. And I haven't started doing them yet, so I would have to do them on should I say spot on. So if tomorrow comes and I wake up and I'll just sit down or I stand or whatever and just do the video record with my phone or something and post it, and then I do it again the next day and next day and next day, and now that's how it's gonna be. Now, but that's, by the way, over to what we are doing and what we are saying. Now, I said that when price gets there, you should know that that is when to sell. And price is already headed for that category. It's already headed for that category. So you should know that that is the time to sell. That's the time to sell. Now, that is one basis, one key or one point for you to sell. Now, number two thing is, I did this in the last live session we had. I said it there in the last live session we had that, of course, the market is getting worse for the banks, is getting worse for what is happening in the world, inflation and all this. And when I predicted about what's going to happen and the reaction of the Feds, I predicted their reaction the last session they had before the FOMC or so, um, where a lot of people got bonds, and I predicted that BTC is going to pump very well, like it's going to be crazy. I think I also posted it that a few hours to come, let's just sit right, and many persons shared. I think most people shared their screenshot of what I said is going to happen before it happened, and I said that despite the fact that the Feds and the U.S. government and so they want to uh do what we call QE, which is quantitative easing. Quantitative easing is a way of injecting money. So the Feds are going to print more dollars into circulation to help to catch up. But now, despite they are going to do this, and when this is done, of course, it's going to be bullish for Bitcoin. It's going to be bullish for the crypto market. And despite this printing might be going on, it will not just be injected all of a sudden. Before such actions will be taken, they have to get to what we call the dying minutes. They have to get to what we call the tipping point. You know, when somebody, you're holding his neck and say, it has gotten to my neck, it has gotten to my neck level. So I think they have to get to that neck level whereby they know that there is no other option than releasing this money into circulation. Because if they do it now, it will not be the ideal thing to do right now, because it will still lead to more catastrophic situations. But I believe that the same thing I stated is good last year. This was last year. I also talked about how you should expect and look for what is happening in crypto, like the FTX kind of situation we saw in crypto, whereby FTX is going really bad, went really bad and terrible. That same thing that is happening in the FTX world, in crypto world, is going to happen in the stock market. It's going to happen in the global market. It's going to happen in the world. We're going to have more of this. We've had SVB, which is Silicon Valley Bank, shaking like we had the shake there. It's going to happen to more banks. You're going to have more banks who are going to be declaring bankruptcy. It's going to be on a larger and a bigger scale. It's going to be hitting a lot of banks and a lot of big companies in this year. What we have seen with SVB is a teaser of what is going to happen in the next coming few months. So within the next 60 days, we should expect more black swan events, happening. And this is going to be like the tipping point and the trigger point to get to finding when the Feds will want to say, okay, they want to now inject those funds, inject this money that will now begin the rally. So if they are not injecting it now, what is fueling this rally? What is basically fueling this rally is basically FOMO, FOMO. Let me just basically FOMO, and FOMO is basically one of the things that's going to be fueling this, and it's fueling this. And of course, one of the things I saw that virtually people are we're not seeing. I think CZ posted about that thing today. He posted about this thing today, and I've been telling those in my VIP about this since the Q4 of last year. And when everybody is looking at everything, one thing people were not paying attention to is how do you know money is being printed in cryptos? Because sadly, the same way money is being printed in the world is the same way money is being printed in cryptos. So when people are being triggered that there's about to be a QE that will lead to a bullish run for the world as SPA, leading to cryptos and the other aspects, is because they're able to know that printing is going on. Now, the question you ask yourself is, how do you now know that printing is going on in crypto that is going to fuel a rally? Because the printing in crypto started majorly from November, and that was the first tipping point I was looking at. And it continued. And the more I started seeing this printing going on behind the scene, I knew that sooner than later it's going to go bullish, it's going to go crazy. And the printing that had occurred is now dropping. Is now dropping. And this dropping started sometime in this month of March already. So once the printing starts occurring in crypto, it takes about 2 months. It takes about 2 months, and then it goes full blown. And the same thing when it starts going opposites. It got opposite. What's happening? It takes an average of about 2 months, and then when it starts take the average of about 2 months, what happens next is that the market begins to boom, like it just gets really, 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 really bad. Now, if it is obvious to the eyes of every single person, almost every single person will be profitable. Almost every single person will make money. These are things I share from time to time to those in the VIP. I write these sessions because I think whatever I share to the public or general is just like 20, 30, 40% of what I give to those in the VIP, in the paid platform, or in the institutional trading club as well. So I'm basically share to the institutional trading club, I share to the VIP, and sometimes I share to the palliative platforms and whatnot as well. Now, basically, it's why you should also be in those platforms, because it gives you this heads up and being able to navigate. You get to see my trade entries and all that. So you should make sure you join any of the private mentorship platforms before they get closed down, just like CME has been closed down already. Now, basically, based on that is what I'm seeing this trigger points already affecting and taking place in cryptos as well. So the next question is, where do I think this fall is going to happen from? Because I just showed us, okay, where I'm going to, I just told us what I'm looking out for to sell off my remaining 50%. And then, but where is this sell most likely going to be happening from? And two, when is going to be happening? Three, how low is it going to go? Four, does it mean that the market will not be bullish again? I think I'm going to answer all that by sharing my screen. So let's go to BTC. Okay. If you can see our BTC charts, um, drop a comment, type the word charts. Just type the word charts. If you can see the BTC, type the word charts. Type the word charts if you can see that. But if you can't see it, let me know too. If you can see the BTC chart, type the word charts. Okay, I think this is our old charts, because these are most of the entries. I just keep them sometime for future reference, and these are most of the trade entries or so. So and I think I drew this, but this is not even what I'm basically looking for. So let me use the CME chart. I'll use two different charts to highlight certain things. So this was the first thing I highlighted, which was this fall here, getting to this level where it fills this gap, and okay. First of all, how low I think BTC is gonna go. So I believe BTC is gonna go to. It could go as low as 20K. This should be like one of the first targets. Like if it wants to really go low, this is like 20K is like let's just the first target. Then the second target is BTC could go to as low as 18 to 16,000. 18 to 16,000. 18 to 16,000. And the third target is it could actually decide to go break our low, which is what we got in. We got in around 15K or so. So it could decide to go to as low as 15K, if not lower than 15K. So if it goes to lower 15K, fine. But I predict that if it's where it's going, it's gonna fall well from there. And when business starts falling like this, alts are gonna suffer. They are gonna really bleed. So you're gonna come down back. So in other words, the coins you are crying that you have not had opportunity to buy in right now, you will get the opportunity. The opportunity to buy those coins will come. You will get the deep opportunity, and I think that is going to be like the last opportunity you might get, or you would have, or we will have before the bullish run, the next major bullish run of the markets. That's going to be like the final opportunity I believe we are going to be having, or we are going to get. Now, that is for how low I expect it to go. Now, this is what I drew on my chart. I think I sent this to the VIP. So let me do this. So this was what I was actually projecting, like short term. It's not major. I was projecting to the fact that uh when I saw this sell, I expected that there's going to be like a rally up to 28,700 levels, and then it's going to sell down to as low as 27 to 25,000 to 25,000 to 23,000, like within this range. It could go this low, and then if it gets this low, it is going to now buy up again. It's going to get this low and then buy up again into 30K. So there are people who are saying that basically from what they are projecting, from what they are analyzing, they believe BTC is going to get to as high as 30K, which is true and which is also correct. Correct. But if we get this fall or this retracement, don't let me not say fall, this retracement. Now I'm talking about a short-term time frame now, short-term time activity, which could play out in the next 1 week or so. If we get this fall, let's say BTC decides to retrace from here and then begins to give like a heavy retracement, we could get BTC to retrace to as low as 25K, 24, 23,000, around that range, and that will provide another long opportunity to long BTC to as high as 30K, 32K, 33,000. Because anywhere between 30,000, 32, 33,000, I will start entering sell positions on BTC. And this time around, I think one would have to, there are times whereby you want to wait for confirmations, but I'm referring to like me, I'm going to make it aggressive entries. I'll just enter and I'm not going to be using any stop loss. I'll just enter my positions. If it decides to wake up to 34 before it comes down, fine. Wake up to 35 before it comes down, fine. But what I know is, once it gets into the zone, it is definitely going to come down to the C. So that is where I am going to be selling from majorly. So, but what I'm talking about here is like initial reaction that could possibly play out. If it decides not to fall down now, it could just go straight to 33k, 32, 33, 34, around that range. Once if it decides to go straight to there, fine too. It just makes it to happen what we are anticipating to happen faster than expected or faster than projected. But if he decides to say, okay, he wants to front a structure, what structure? Just a normal structure of higher high, higher low. So this is like, and this is something that happens. We call it the there's a word. I'm trying to get the exact word. There's a word. There's something that I think it's called a triple M pattern. The triple M pattern is one of the ways you use to know how a market is about to reverse. You see it's all over Bitcoin. It's all over Bitcoin, and for example, it's let me see. Let me show you guys something. So if you see here, maybe you use the weekly time frame. It could help you literally very well. If you see here, there's a major fall here. This is one, and then the market did the major retracement around this area, or should I say, whatever. We call it lower low, lower high. So this is more like I'm trying to. So this is like an impulse move. Yes, an impulse move, and then this is like a retraction or retracement, but this is an impulse move, and then another impulse move happened here in this category, and then you get this, which is the second, and then you had a third impulse move. Now the third impulse move will now signal a reversal in the market. So this was one of the things I looked at when I told you guys that, see, I'm buying BTC, I'm getting in now, and it forms like an M or a W pattern, which is referred. That's why it's called like the W pattern or the triple M or the triple. I've forgotten the word is being used. You know all these things and how it's being formed with various terms. Those things, all I just know is what it does on the charts, but the names are always keeping up in my head. What this pattern is and what that pattern is not. All I know is I just know the pattern and what it signifies. So when you see here now, we've had like a first impulse move here, and then this major retracement here, and we've had a second impulse move. So if we get a retracement here, we would have, or we should now have, it should now give us a third impulse move. And that third impulse move will not lead to a reversal in the market. A reversal in the market. And that reversal is definitely what is going to be dangerous. And it's going to sell. And you want to be in profit this time. You want to be in profit this time. If you have not, if this is the first time you are following Shifu, you should know Shifu does not do guesswork. I'm not guessing. I'm telling you what it is, and as it will happen. And if you do not know Shifu, you should just simply go and check the live sessions we've been having. In the live sessions we've been holding repeated, check the analysis have been given, the predictions have been given, and check how it has been playing out so far. So out of every 10, 8 to 9 are always very accurate. I will give glory to God for that. But just know, I am not guessing. I don't guess. I tell you as it is. So if it goes well, I celebrate it with my full chest. If it doesn't go well, I get to celebrate the loss with my full chest. I tell you as it is. So you should just know, static. And this is why I told you once that trigger gets in. So two things, there are two scenarios here. Could decide to move it up now into this and just gives us that entry opportunity, or you could decide to retrace, like I stated here. And once you retrace, it comes here, it will give you opportunity to even long the market again and make profits. Long the market again and make profits. So I wrote here, which was the first scenario. Actually, get some problem. And I wrote here, if price breaks this neckline here, breaks the next line, I am going to enter a second sell position, like just for a short term. So this is basically short term, but this session is not about short term, it's about macro. But I'm just giving us the benefit of having my short term view while we know what is going to happen in the macro. So in the macro, we are waiting for this to happen. Now, this is the thing here. I anticipate, because of the way there's so much pressure in the market, we anticipate that in this month of March to the month of April, we are going to get this. We're going to get like this, our target range for BTC. And if this final target range of BTC. Now, if it gets into this sell range of for us, definitely it means that the market is about to start going down. And the same way it took a while before it started pumping up, that's the same way it's going to take a while before it goes down. It will first double and double and double and puts you in confusion. In fact, the market becomes boring. It is a normal thing. And every time the market starts becoming boring and start doubling, everybody starts getting confused. Why do you start getting confused? When it's something you've seen over and over and over and over again. How long have you been in crypto? And have you been seeing the same thing play out? It's been playing out over and over and over and over again. It's just the same thing over time. So when it starts happening this time around, beat your full chest. In fact, let me show you. Beat your full chest like this. Shifu have said it. No lily, no shaking, nothing they happen, nothing they mega. And once you beat your full chest like that, just tell yourself that I will not be carried away. My emotions will not deceive me this time around. This time around, I must make it. So that is something you want to have. Have that in mind. Have that in mind. It is very, very important. Very, very important. Very, very important. So we want to look at that. That is like the areas I'm looking at selling up my position. And when all these things aligns, when all these things aligns in the sense of you have an alignment with BTC, you have an alignment with the factors I'm talking about, I just explained to us, and you have an alignment with um what is it called again? The fear and greed index. Fear and greed index. These are the basic ones. Any other thing I did not mention here is probably maybe exclusive for those in the VIP. But I mentioned the most important things that could literally help you and any one of us understand that this is what it's definitely should expect in the market now. This is going to be like after this occurrence, after this major occurrence, anything of being afraid of any major fall or any should just end. You should just have it end. Like, don't even expect it again. Just know that you are ready to make generational wealth. It is just know it is time. This is when somebody say it is time to generational wealth. That time is going to be handed over to us. And I said the floor of Q2 because this fall is, I anticipate that this fall should happen this Q2, which is Q1 is January, February, March, April. So we have three quarters in a year. So January, February, March is April. That's Q1, right? And then we have another 4 months, which is May, June, July. All right. I don't know how May, June, July, August, then September, October, November, December. So Q2. So Q2. I don't know how. Sometimes some people count it as 3 months, January to March. April, May, June. I don't know, but whether it's 3 months or 4 months, Q2 is Q2. The months still collide between 4 months or 3 months, whatever quarter, but it's still Q2. We should expect that for kicking in, and once that for kicking in, is basically going to give us that opportunity. Now, how long is it going to stay low? I can't say how long it's going to stay low because um of what's going to happen in the world. Like I said, these funds being printed will be injected once that time happens, when the time comes. And the major trigger for these things could most likely be Black Swan events. And these Black Swan events will release so much more fear into the market, and people will start selling off, selling off, selling off. And once you start seeing these things happen, just know it is time to start buying in, buying in, buying in. So we will be greedy when everybody is fearful, and who will be fearful when everybody is greedy. That is it. That is just it. That's as simple as it is. That's how we're going to position for generational wealth and make a whole lot of money. A whole lot of money. Now, if you look at on Thursday, this is Tuesday 21st. On Thursday is 24th. So on Thursday, we are going to be having our third series or third episode for how to turn $1,000 to $10,000 in 30 days. We started that series sometime in February. We also did it in March, and I said that we had two times, I think two episodes in February, and I said we're going to have the third episode in March. We're going to review some of the previous calls, the ones that went well, the ones that went bad as well, because of course not every one of them will definitely go well. But what matters most is the what we call the win rate of a person, the win rate of a person. And our win rate is literally very high because our win rate is around 80%. And an 80% win rate, it's a win-win anywhere in the world. If out of every 10 calls you are given, 8 goes well and 2 goes bad, then it's fine. So if you mine over the 2 that goes bad, definitely you're not ready to make generational wealth. But if you are generating generational wealth, you know how to position and make money from either of them or anyone that happens, either of them or anyone that happens. Very, very much most importantly. So, okay. So on Thursday, we're going to go in live. And when we go live, I will get to, how do I do this now? When we go live, I will get to, I will get to, once we go live, I should get to share the tips. I'll share the tips. I will share our files. We'll share our files in details. That should be on Thursday. That should be 2 days from now. So I'll go live and we'll have the 1,000, how to turn 1,000 to $10,000 in 30 days session. And then we'll look through our files, we'll look through coins, and then we'll begin to review the calls that was made and the new calls of what we should do and which we should position ourselves to make money from them. Make money from them. I think the last call we sent, I posted on the Telegram, did about 50% up already. I don't know if it's still, that was is it Goblin or so? It did about 50% up because of the rush of people that were buying in immediately I posted it. So and then I think it's dropped down now to around 600k market cap as well. So hopefully the ride in and I didn't even update it. I think I should have updated. Sometimes I forget to update these things early enough for people to know what action to take. So I will definitely update us on that aspect. Probably I'll do that after this session as well. So if you have questions, you could drop your questions now. So I will take a few of the questions and then we wrap up for today. I'll take a few of the questions and then we wrap up for today. I believe I've done justice enough to tell us on what you should expect in the market, how BTC should react and will react, and the time frame you are looking at, and how you want to be ready ahead of time. So there will definitely be, of course, be the altcoin rally is not going to be like a major rally that's a coin is going to do 100x, 200x, 300x. No, it's not really that kind of rally. Coins are going to do that 100x are not many, but there will be 5x, 10x, 3x, 2x, 4x, a lot in this period. That is the period, that's the season we are in. But that is just opportunity to make as much money and keep in USDT while you're waiting for good massive run to kick in the market as well. To kick in the market as well. So that is like an important factor to note for those who just the person who just asked that now. And yes, Thursday is gonna be altcoin day. Altcoins day. So you want to so this session is basically dedicated for that. So for so what is your overview on Matic, sir? I think Thursday is altcoin day, but well, let me just answer you for asking. My overview on Matic is simple. What I just said that on BTC is definitely going to like play out and follow up. What is going to play out and follow up? And what's going to play out and follow up is basically for we're going to play out and follow up is basically what I just said it out. If BTC gives retracement, it will retrace. These assets follow the king, which is BTC. If BTC moves up, it will move as well. So it will just react to all that. And there is a news that is to come up for Matic. But the thing about the news now is that the thing about the news for Matic here is that there's so much hype on Arbitrum, which is going to be on the 23rd, right? Be 24th, 23rd, yeah. There's so much hype on Arbitrum right now that is eating up the hype of Matic. So many hypes are eating up. Now, is this market, the crypto market is all about market share. And each platform, each chain wants to take market share. And this market share is basically the market share basically is a fight for market share. And the narrative that holds the greatest trend or able to make people that trends more, let me use that word, the narrative that trends more will hold the most market share, and it could cloud another narrative that should have given so much money. So let's say a coin like so is meant to do something, and then despite the fact that that coin is supposed to do something and another coin just comes up, it will just swallow it up. Like what you want to do is, like I always say, that in the space you are fluid, you are fluid. So yeah, because of that, Arbitrum is literally like the king, like eating up. Of course, you are either among those who are coping, who are drinking copium right now, or you are among those of us who are hoping hopium. We have a lot of hopium we've taken. So some of us were pricing private jets. Oh god, I don't know how much it's going to list at, Sha. I don't know. It could just come and list the very bad price that make everybody cry, or at the same time, it could just list and just explode everybody's expectations as well. So whatever it is, it's free money. Of course, it's just free money. Someone said, "Boss, are you still holding PTF and are you still holding PTF and FIL?" FIL already moved in profits and I've already sold. Why should I be holding what has moved in profits? FIL has moved in profits and I sold. As of PTF, I still have a bag in PTF, but when it did, I think about the 100 2x or so, I only removed my capital and I left I left my profits. Whatever is in PTF right now is my profit, and I'm holding the position like for the long run. I am not selling it. I'm not selling it off. I'm not selling it off because the only thing holding PTF is the team that seems to be sick. When I mean sick is when a team has so much money and you don't know why they don't want to just pump the price of their token. You don't just know why. Why? They are stingy, very, very stingy. So we need to pray that the spirit of stinginess will leave them so they can pump their token for us. Let us be happy. So they have so much money, which we are seeing because they are generating revenue. You see the revenue, everything, like everything. I think I explained all that in the video, and you see the revenue to be generated. How can a team who is generating a trading revenue, let's say trading revenue of their exchange per month now, is we're talking about $400 million, and out of the $400 million, maybe they are making about 500K in it in a month, or they're making about $1 million in a month, or 300K in a month. Even any of this amount is still too much money to literally put into your ecosystem for marketing and send that coin to the roof. So I'm just holding. So I'm just holding that. Money is moving to Arbitrum with the upcoming airdrop claims. Do you have advice on quick wins on Arbitrum chain? Well, on Arbitrum chain, I think that was why I actually shared. What's it called again? There was one I actually posted, but it's more like a Degen. That's like a pure Degen coin. But this is the first thing I do when these coins launch. When these coins launch, this is what I do. I kind of okay. I think I should just be highlighting the questions I'm answering when I'm answering them. There's something I do when the market begins to when these coins launch. Of course, most of the airdrops I have them, so I sell off. And when it starts selling off, I measure. Once it starts seeing a 20% drop in price, so once it launch, it pumps. it's listed, let's say on Binance or any of this exchange, it pumps like literally high. And once it pumps that high, it begins to drop. So once it starts dropping, and once it drops by 10 to 20%, I enter a sell. Not after selling up my tokens, I enter a sell on futures or so. And I enter that sell, I hold that sell for about another 20% drop or 30% drop. And then I close my sell. So this is like the first thing I do. So the first thing I do is, if I have my airdrop tokens, I sell off my airdrop tokens. And when I sell off my airdrop tokens, I take some funds and then I short on the market. Once I, from the top, not really the top, because of course catching the top is for whatever is very fast. Now, once I see that 10 to 20% drop, I know it's going to continue dropping. So I enter that sell for just 30-40% more drop, and then I close that sell position. Once I close that sell position, what am I targeting? I'm targeting that from whatever level it's retracing, from whatever it is the high, the highest price on Binance, or because most of these exchanges are going to list it in futures. So you want to look out for the one that's going to list it in futures first. So whether it's on Binance or any of these things, I enter a sell position. That this sell position that I enter, what I now do is I watch out for, which is I've said about two things I do. The third thing I do is I watch out for how low it's going to get. So from the top, I just mark from the top to whatever price it is. If it has dropped by 50% from its highest price, or 60, within 50 to 60% from the highest price, I will start looking to long the coin back, to enter a long trade back on it. Of course, there are risks to all this thing, but this is like my strategy. So if it is dropped by 50 to 60%, I enter a long. And when I enter a long trade, most of the times you start seeing the coin picking and picking and picking and picking and picking. What happens? You start making so much money out of it. Or I could also, this thing I just shared now, you could also do it on spot and you can make money out of it. There was this token we shared, we talked about. What is the name again? That exchange is Suprex exchange. When everybody was waiting for everybody's waiting to see how they could withdraw Suprex or do this on Suprex, I applied this thing on Suprex and I made about $10,000 to $15,000 or so on Suprex. This is not about the coins like my coins I withdraw. I'm not talking about coins like the coins I was given that I was withdrawing. I'm talking about this strategy. This strategy alone what I did, because Suprex went listed up at the same time and it was going down. And when I measured how low it went, I bought in. And I started it started moving so fast, and did about 500% and boom. So what I want to look at is a 50 to 70% drop, within the 50 to 70% drop range from the all-time high of Arbitrum on its listing on the exchange would be a good entry for long position. So this is like the three things I do. If I am too late, I do 2 out of the 3. If I'm very early and active at the point of time, I do all of them together, and I literally make a lot of money. These are 3 things I majorly do on this day. Everybody has what they do, but I'm just sharing with you guys what I do based on the question you asked. And then for platforms that literally could have the potential, is I'll have to check. There are a lot of Arbitrum assets, although I am not holding a lot of them, but the ones I know that like I'm holding right now should be. How do I check this? I think the ones I'm holding is with DBL. DBL is more of liquidity, which is double on DBL. So I'm literally holding DBL, and then I bought 8 Doge. I bought DBL, I bought 8 Doge, and I've been holding them. They've not really moved as like anticipates. So I just bought them and I've been holding them. So 8 Doge is the first meme coin to launch on Arbitrum. The first meme coin to launch on Arbitrum. So DBL is Doublon, Doublon. So that's it. Someone says, do you think that Cowrie will still print out some money in a couple of days now, sir? Yes, I believe Cowrie should pump massively. It should and it will pump massively. Cowries will do well. Cowries will do well. We are anticipating a major announcement from them, and I think they got a partnership with the tier one sex, and definitely that partnership is going to be a very bullish one. Once they announce that partnership, it's going to be a major catalyst. So if you haven't bought calories yet, it's an opportunity for you to get in whatever the price is right now. So I'm bullish on it. I'm bullish on it, despite whatever run we've had, like 2x 3x. That is just a teaser of what is to come. That's just a teaser of what is come. Okay, someone says tell them to like the video. So this is coming from YouTube. Over 80% online with only 10 likes. So this is coming from YouTube. So or Twitter, I think it's from YouTube. So guys, please like the video. Like the video. Like the video. Like the video, guys. Don't be a wicked person. Don't be a wicked person. Be a good human. Be a good human. Don't be a bad human. Be a good human. Being a good human is not a bad thing. It's a very easy thing. Very, very easy thing. So I don't know why you don't want to be a good human. I don't know why you do not want to be a good human. Be a good human and click on the like button. And you know what will happen when you click on the like button. Of course, God will bless you. Or don't you want God to bless you again? Someone says, yes, on Hopium currently. Yes, so we are all Hopium. We are on Hopium. Serious Hopium right now. But we don't want to think. You don't want to think, so you don't go crazy. First, a plain leverage token. I mean BTC down. It's down from the 33K zone down. Will be a safe one. That thing is this coins what's it called? This BTC up. Is it on? Okay. Is even on. They are on what's it called? I thought about this last year, actually, during the bearish market last year. Though. But this is the thing. I'm trying to look at this BTC up you're referring to now. I'm looking at it from the aspect of is it January? Yes. From January is around 2.5. So from January to around 2.5. From let's look at from November, Sha. Let's look at November. December it is around the same thing. December, January, February is around 2.5. So 2.5 to right now is around 6. BTC up is around 6. 2.5 times 3 times 2.5. So it's like, let's say 200% or 300%. So it's a good thing, but it is not like, how am I going to put it? It's not really, because this BTC up, I think this one should be the one that is on Binance, because each of these exchange has their own. Each of these exchange has their own. So I think it's the one that is on Binance. The one on Binance. Someone says, sir, is Safcoin dead, or we can still bag some share of it? People have been asking the same questions over and over again. I still say the same thing. I will give a trigger of when will be a good time to buy or to top bag more, or to buy more, or to buy into it when I am very confident of what is happening behind the scenes. If I am not confident or have a clear picture of what is behind the scenes, I will be quiet over the matter. That is the reason why you have not seen me say anything about it as well. That's it. Someone said Bonk really made some people millions on Solana chain. Yes, there are a couple of persons in the VIP that became millionaires because of Bonk, actually. A few persons became millionaire from Bonk. A few persons started misbehaving like that from Bonk. Someone says, sir, please, what do you think a starter with less than $50 can buy? What do I answer this person? Someone says, what do you think a starter with less than $50 can buy, please? I don't even know what to answer this person. That question is very big. Question is very big. Thank you. Do you see any future on SEO ecosystem? Yes, probably a future airdrop. A future airdrop on SEO ecosystem. There should be a future airdrop. Probably. Somebody's laughing the question. Probably, but I'm not really like putting it up or so. Someone is saying here, carries can only take few weeks to get to X50. X50 will make sense. So X60 will make sense. That is making a lot of persons very, very rich. Very, very rich. Someone says, is there hope for Suprex token not yet unlocked? You will have to be trading on the exchange. The only way you could get a hope is if you're trading on the exchange. So if you're trading on the exchange, it will definitely be unlocked. If you're not, then there's going to be an issue. Because I unlocked about $300. So we drew about $300 or so from Suprex that was unlocked. I withdrew about $300 from Suprex that was unlocked is it last week or two or so? So you have to be trading on the exchange for it to be unlocked. And many people are not trading on the exchange. There's no way to be unlocked without that. And the exchange has been a lot of activity. I've been trying to pay attention as well. Someone says, I hope Arbitron will do the same as Bonk. God, I beg. I want to be a baller. I don't want to be a mechanic. We hope so too. Someone said the starter should start with knowledge. That is what I learned from you. Okay, fantastic. This person just answered it. A starter. So the person who asked that you had $50 or less than $50, somebody just answered it. He said a starter should start with knowledge. That is what he learned from me. Yes, that's one thing I always say. If you're a beginner, what you want to focus on is to start with knowledge. You want to start with knowledge. Someone says they had to buy Safcoin and hold. It's not to start various people, but the what thing you want to start with knowledge, it helps you to be on the right side. If when that money is your all, it becomes scary. It becomes really, really scary because if the money is your all, and you go to buy a coin, and then one thing happens, the cry that follows it. They say crypto, cry. So virtually almost every one of us in crypto has cried. You've either cried major cry or small cry. So it's differs. Someone says a lot of investors has just less than $100. How do you advise their investment? When you say a lot, you're actually classifying yourself as that a lot. You don't classify others as a lot. Eh? A lot of people who come to me. I have a lot of people come to me with $10,000, $50,000, $100,000. So your own lot of people is different from my own lot of people. A lot of investors I know use 5, 6, 7 figures traders. So when you say a lot of investors, I'm now confused. Where your own a lot of investors are, maybe your category of people or so. So if you want to ask a question, ask about yourself. Don't say a lot because we are operating on different levels. So most of the people who come to me would send me message. They have 10,000, $10,000 like the smallest category. Let's say $50,000, $100,000 have huge funds or so, and they're trying to delegate as well. Someone said, how can one get this app? They have not listed. It's airdrop. I've been talking about this airdrop like 2 years ago. I've been talking about this airdrop like 2 years. I talked about it even first quarter of last year. I talked about it or 2, 3 occasions. But and I sent if you were joined and it was on YouTube. Okay, our previous YouTube channel as well, which was also got hacked as well. They talked about this airdrop stuff. So and I think I was talking with 2 persons in the VIP who are so much into airdrops, and I told them we're going to have an airdrop show probably once every month, or twice every month. And in that airdrop show, I'm going to bring them on live show with me here, and then we're going to talk about airdrops. So we're going to talk about coins that airdrops that could literally give you $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, this kind of big money, and how you can get those airdrops and engage on them ahead of time. So on that show, you get the information and you just engage in those airdrops and then forget about them and go to sleep. And then probably we might have a channel for just airdrops alone. You just be following up with the airdrop content as well. So you can just sleep and down airdrop and make billions on airdrop or millions on airdrop. So I discussed with them today, and within the next 1 week or 2 weeks, wait for that announcement. So it's going to be the airdrop show just for airdrop. Just come and make free money. That's what it's going to be all about. So much have been said so far, so good. For the person who's asking about joining my VIP or the International Trading Club, what you do is send me a message. Send me a message on WhatsApp, and I'm going to give you a discount. I'm going to give you a discount just for let's say the next 24 hours, or so. So for those who are interested in joining the VIP or the paid platform, just there'll be a discount for the next 24 hours. So you can utilize the discount and get positioned and plug into the VIP and start making money. So you follow on real-time updates I give every single day that I post on these platforms as well. And of course, see you guys soon. See you guys tomorrow. See you guys next time. So I'll be dropping the videos every day. And then on Thursday, we're going to deal on altcoins. We're going to scatter the market. Well, now you can be bringing all your plenty altcoin questions like in details. I'll be looking through them, both futures, spot, DeFi, all of them on Thursday. And Thursday is going to be turning $1,000 to $10,000 episode as well. So we are going to deal with that by that particular point in time. Bye for now. See you when we see you.